its sponsors.
You can now have a conversation with Alexa without using a wake word. The new privacy features on WhatsApp can make your life more secure. Google blocks 46 million requests per second in a recent DDoS attack, and Las Vegas gets self-driving taxis. All that and more next on The Computer Doctor Show.
You're listening to The Computer Doctor Show, your source for technology subjects affecting your business and personal life during this new normal. Your host is an award-winning office technician and IT specialist, author, tutor, ethical hacker, and recent winner on localbest.com as the best computer shop in Tucson. Broadcasting live, here's Aaron Moss.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Computer Doctor Show, your headquarters for up-to-date scam awareness, science, and cutting-edge technology talk. This is episode 102. I am Aaron Moss, your host. Thanks for tuning in with us every Saturday at 2 p.m. We post all of our shows and bonus content on computerdoctorshow.com. Again, computerdoctorshow.com. We would love to hear from you, so give us a call during the show with your computer, internet security, cybersecurity comments and questions to our open studio line, 520-790-2040. Co-hosting today is David from the Cassidy Unscrewed Theater.
Hello, Aaron. So good to be here to geek with you today.
Yes, this is welcome to Geekiverse.
Yes.
I heard that was a real word now, Geekiverse.
Geekiverse?
We got the Spider-Verse, we got the Marvel-verse, and we've got the Metaverse. And,
clearly that is the universe I've been living in ever since I was given wedgies in middle school.
It's the new universe for us all. To show some love to Mike and the team at Perfection Auto Works for all of your car's needs. Mike Emery has found the dream team of expert auto technicians in Tucson in their clean facility so that they can get it fixed the right time, the first time. So don't waste your time or your money at other shops. Take advantage of their free 26-point inspection at Perfection Auto Works. Again, call for an appointment at 520-323-8650. Again, 520-323-8650 and perfectionautoworks.com. We have a great show for you today, technology show. Let's get into tech news. So you can have a conversation with Alexa without using the wake word. Now, before we even go into what the wake word means, did you know that you could actually have a conversation with Alexa? Like you and I are having a conversation right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can have a conversation with a pet rock, too. It's just you don't expect an intelligent response back.
Yeah, well, but here's the thing. There is an intelligent response back.
Right.
But it may not be social. You know?
Right.
Like they might, say something about what you just said, but I don't know if it would be social,
You're getting AI responses, which may or may not make total sense to human beings.
Well, the AI response is getting better. Mm-hmm. Okay, I heard a whopping a figure the other day that maybe 50 years ago the understanding or the world knowledge doubles every couple of years or something like that.
Right.
And as time moves on, the frequency at which it doubles gets shorter and shorter. Right now, I think we're down to about an hour and a half that technology doubles.
That sounds about right for this age. Things are just progressing in leaps and bounds, and we're all just trying to keep up, I feel like, at this point.
Exactly. So the wake, when we're trying to keep up with things, we have to keep up with what's going on with AI. And when it comes to Alexa, the last year the official website on Amazon said that the natural interaction with another person might be commonplace for us, but it can be hard for AI. Mm-hmm. Our scientists, this is Amazon scientists, our scientists and engineers have devised various ways for Alexa to understand people when we're speaking to the device and not each other, and to determine when and how to respond. So
interesting.
When
we knew it was always listening, to be fair.
Well, see, it's the listening part that gets a little bit scary. What are they hearing? What are they responding to? Okay, there's got to be some sort of program that says, okay, that wasn't meant for me.
Right.
Okay, but apparently there are some things that if you direct it to maybe to Alexa or something that Alexa could help with, apparently Alexa is just going to start responding or something, because it says that you don't have to use the wake word. You don't have to say Alexa. anymore. So
Right.
now this is a feature that can be turned on and off. You could actually turn the wake word on and off. So it doesn't mean that everybody out there with an Amazon Echo is going to have to, start changing the way they talk around it.
Right.
But because it is a feature that you have to turn on. It's part of one of their recent updates. So.
Well, just make sure you're not talking about any illegal or immoral activities where your Alexa can hear it, or it'll try to help you.
Exactly. And,
we'll direct you to the... Have you tried the best website for pirating those movies you're talking about? Alexa, shh.
I can help you find those. Here are some that I found.
I can help you. I have 3 locations you can bury a body at.
Oh.
Alexa.
That wasn't meant for you. And the interesting thing about it is that these were programmed by scientists and engineers. So these are like scientists and engineer responses. Sometimes I want to speak to somebody that's not smart. Sometimes I like giving to the conversation.
Right.
And hey.
Right. I've seen people talk to their cats and their pets, and I think humans will find fulfillment in talking to anything. So.
Okay. So all that to say that they have the conversation mode now, and you don't have to use the wake word. Also, there are some new privacy features on the WhatsApp application. WhatsApp, of course, is for messaging. Mm-hmm. It actually had a lot of history with WhatsApp as being... It actually started up as What's Up, and where you would just tell people your status so that you would know if they're awake or if they're available to take calls. It kind of stemmed from like a status thing. And then they kind of morphed into WhatsApp.
The chat program. It's interesting because I've heard in places where basically cell phone plans don't have cheap SMS rates.
Yes.
WhatsApp becomes the basic texting program because it's free if you have an internet access.
WhatsApp is actually a very, very preferred worldwide commerce communication. Right. Can't tell you how many times I've had to deal with people in India, people in China for manufacturing and technology needs. They prefer to talk on WhatsApp.
Yeah, it's more popular than texting or any of the other media platforms.
Obviously, you don't have to worry about cost and all that. So here are the 3 new features that are supposed to make it more secure. So you could actually leave a group silently. Not a conversation, but in a group. So there's these group settings within a WhatsApp. You formally, if you decided, no, I don't want to be a part of this group anymore. I don't like what they're talking about. I don't want to be involved with them anymore. You can leave the group. But then everybody would get this notification, hey, David has left the group.
So-and-so left. He doesn't like what we were talking about.
So that can be a little bit embarrassing. So so now you can leave quietly, and you'll just disappear, and nobody will know that you're gone unless they're actually looking for you. That kind of thing. So I can see how that makes it a little bit more secure. The other way is you can now choose who can see you online.
Oh, interesting.
On WhatsApp. So that is a huge thing because some people can start to watch your activity. They can say, "Oh, that's funny."
Right.
Every night at 10 p.m. he goes offline. I wonder what he's doing. Maybe he's falling asleep. Maybe I can do something to him after that time when I know he's asleep.
So that could definitely be a security risk.
Exactly. So now you can see who is online. You can choose who you want to see online. Obviously, close friends, family, things like that. And if you know that you have a stalker, obviously don't.
Yeah, make sure they don't see where you're online and what you're doing. And
actually, nobody should really know what you're doing per se. I mean, you really have to double think about these things because people can take a little piece of information about you, and they can recreate your life basically, and then they can intercept things going on with you.
And I'm pretty sure that's Google and Facebook's business model.
Yeah. Well, there's scientists and AI people always thinking about good things over there. So.
Yeah.
The other feature was block screenshots of view once messages. So.
Cool.
So they have. If you're a frequent WhatsApp user, there is this way that you can do these feature. You can send something that you only want someone to see once.
Right.
Okay. It could be something personal. It could be something private, and you don't want it to be spread. But the moment you show it up on your screen, the possibility of someone screenshotting it and then still using it, that is available. But they're making it impossible now. So now when you try to screenshot it, it's going to give you a message that, hey, this is view once. You can't do that.
So then you pull out your other phone and take a picture of the screen and...
quiet.
Sorry, I'm already breaking your new security feature.
You're going to give all the secrets away.
Oh, boy.
Okay, now here is, I want to spend a little bit more time on this DDoS attack that happened with Google. So a way a business can take out their competition, or take them to the cleaners, as they say, is they can DDoS attack their competition. So Google reported this week that they blocked a 46 million requests per second in a recent DDoS attack. And basically what that means is they had one of their clients that had an iCloud account. They didn't mention who it was. And they're trying to protect their information on this thing. And somebody does not want them to access this iCloud drive, this cloud drive.
Or Google Drive?
Google Drive, but they...
You said Google, right. Not Apple.
Yeah, you said, yeah. I did say Google, and it is Google.
Right.
But they also have a cloud service, and I may have said iCloud, so thank you for the correction. But somebody out there doesn't want them to access their cloud account.
Right.
So they decided to DDoS them, and they set up, what did this say here? 5,256 sources across 132 countries.
That's impressive.
Okay. For those of you that don't know what DDoS is, it stands for Distributed Denial of Service, or DDoS. It is a cybercrime in which the attacker floods a server with fake internet traffic to prevent legitimate users from accessing it. And if you can use it, you can actually use it strategically to take out a website or commission at just the right time. So we were discussing before the show.
Yeah, there's some famous ones that's been done on government websites before, things like that. And now this attack doesn't give you any access to anything on the site. It just simply prevents the legitimate user from having access for a period of time.
Right. So if you wanted to go to the store, for example, you wanted to buy a gallon of milk, okay, there's nothing stopping you from buying that gallon of milk. But if there's a million people in the store just standing around not buying anything,
you can't
they're basically blocking your way to so basically that's the same thing. So
right.
I've seen it happen with concerts where someone will block the concert website to buying all of the tickets, and then they buy up all the they send one group of botnets to block the site, another
one group to buy the others,
to buy them, and then when they've purchased them all, then they back off everything. And then all the legitimate ones get in and see that everything is sold. And then they open up their own website and they resell
and they scalp them
at the way, way higher prices.
That's almost as dishonest as Ticketmaster.
If you have a website or cloud service that is conveniently goes down at the wrong time, talk to your IT professional about DDoSing. We're going to take our midway commercial break with a word from our sponsors. Up next, science and tech history from this week, and Las Vegas gets self-driving taxis. This is the Computer Doctor Show. We'll be right back.
Miss Ratchet, I'm here to pick up my car. You said it would be ready today.
I'm not sure what you are talking about.
No, I dropped it off and gave you the keys. Now one of us is crazy, and it's not me.
Mr. McMurphy, your hand is staining my window.
Okay, look, I need my car ready or not. I brought it in to get the shocks fixed and the front end aligned. Now just give me the keys, and I'm out of here.
Sit down and join the others, and we'll give your car its shock treatment.
Nah, I'm not falling for this chicken hen crap.
Mr. McMurphy, step in our back room. We need to discuss something with you.
Okay, Chief, you guys, get in the car. We're going to Perfection Auto Works. You know, you loons have got to be as whacked as me to bring your car to Cuckoo's Nest Auto Repair.
When you need a way to cut your mind from the other crazy repair shops, no lobotomy here, just old-fashioned slice and dice on all your car and truck repair needs. 323-8650 and perfectionautoworks.com.
Computer Doctor of Tucson is the best choice in desktop support in Tucson. They fix error messages, power and boot problems, install of software and hardware, and much more. You can come to them, or they can come to you, or even have a remote support session so they can fix your issues over the phone quickly. Give them a call at 261-5508, 261-5508. Visit them on the web at computerdoctortucson.com. Computer Doctor of Tucson, because technology is great when it works.
Welcome back to the Computer Doctor Show, your source for scam awareness, science, and cutting-edge technology talk. I'm Aaron Moss, your host, along with David co-hosting today from the Unscrewed Theater. Before we get into the next segment, David, what can you tell us about the Unscrewed Theater?
Oh, absolutely. Well, tonight we've got two fantastic shows. There's our Family Hour, which is a more kid-focused show, fun for bring the kids there or watch on Zoom, as always. And then we've got our regular family-friendly short-form show after that. And then we got a couple fun things coming up. Next Saturday is, in fact, going to be a women-only show that's going to be a lot of fun there. And they're going to be taking over the Uncensored show and bringing in a bunch of comedians and people like that to do a really fun little variety thing.
Wow, ladies' night.
Yeah, and we've got a couple fun shows coming up at Comic-Con. If you check the programming there, there's going to be a show by Unscrewed's own Comic Chaos, and there's going to be a panel on doing improv for role-playing and cosplay.
Okay.
If you're into Comic-Con, check that out.
And there's also Tucson Comic-Con that is coming up in September 2nd to 4th, I believe. But we're going to be covering some more. I was thinking it might be cool to get some Comic-Con characters in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe a Big Bird and a Yoda and maybe a Darth Vader or something. I don't know, but we'll see. If you have any costumes and you want to be on the Computer Doctor Show, we'd love to have you in some of these coming weeks. So just give us a call at computerdoctorshow.com. We're going to take a look at some science and tech history that we have coming on this week. This is where we look at things that notable things that have happened in technology this week in history. So, David, what do you have for us there?
All right. Well, we've got August 17th, 1982. 40 years ago was the first commercial music CD released. It was The Visitors by ABBA.
Ah, the album. So people aren't really doing albums. I saw this report that people aren't really doing albums that much. So that's interesting. And CDs are still around. People are still making CDs, right?
Right. I mean, people are still making vinyl. I still buy that.
Well, you know, I think VHS and VHS is almost completely gone. There's just a few people that are just still doing it, and there's always going to be somebody that's still going to be doing it. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I every once in a while I find that somebody makes a new Sega Genesis game online, and of course I buy that because I'm a huge nerd. But
okay. There we go.
Cool. Let's move on to the next one.
You got there?
Yeah, August 19th, 2004. 18 years ago, Google opens IPO at $85. That is the parent company known today as Alphabet, of course.
Yeah, and we're trying to figure out if that was still a good investment because at $85, so Google is actually trading today at $117.
But how many times have they split, for example, or things like that, which will keep the stock at kind of a range there? So
that sounds
I'm sure if you bought it 18 years ago, you're probably doing pretty good today.
Okay, very good. Well, as you can probably tell, I'm not a person that deals with the market too much. Gotcha. Okay, what's the last one we got there?
Last one here, August 20, 1911. 111 years ago, the first commercial telegram was sent around the world by the New York Times. It took 16 minutes to circle the world in their test to see how fast you could get all the way around the globe by telegram.
Wow. And it took 16 minutes. I think even in modern day, I think was Steve Jobs and Wozniak, when they were developing Apple, they were doing some experiments, and they sent a telephone call around the world 6 times, and it took about 30 seconds.
That is impressive. So
that's where we go. We have a caller on the phone here. Mark has a question. Mark, welcome to the Computer Doctor Show.
Yeah, I'm still looking for that place to help me fix my Betamax. But anyway, so you sometime not too far back, you talked about when you lost data or something like that, but it turned out it was in the OneDrive.
Yes.
I think I've fallen victim to that as well, and haven't figured it totally out. But I lost an updated spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find it. I still can't find it, so I had to kind of go back and fill in what I think it was, needed to be done.
Okay.
But so how do I deal with that? So this is it's causing me lots of hair pulling problems here.
Okay, so do you have a Microsoft account?
I have.
You
365.
should. Okay, if you have a subscription to 365, then you have a Microsoft account. account. So if you go onto Microsoft.com, you log in, and then you go into your 365 account, you should see something that says OneDrive. Okay.
Right, I see that, and I check it. And, yeah, it just seems to grab something any way it feels at any time it wants and stick it into OneDrive without me realizing it. And I think I'm working off of my memory stick, and I'm not.
Exactly. See, that's one of the things. So by default, you do have to change those features around. That sounds like something we might have to help you with one-to-one. Why don't you give me a call during the week? You have my number. I've spoken to you several times, right? So
yes.
Let's have another powwow during the week. All right.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
And you need a longer show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I know we do. But thank you very much for your call, Mark.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Cool. So.
That's the reason we always in IT say keep 2 backups, keep 1 physical and keep 1 on the cloud, and you can never lose all of that, right?
That's the purpose of a backup. You always, and depending on how perfect it is, you want to have at least several different options to fall back on. I only found out of what he's talking about only by happenstance because my personal computer had gone down and I was trying to find a way to get it back working. And then when I finally figured out what was happening with it, it just didn't have the stuff, and I had to go back to OneDrive to figure it out. Very, 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 very confusing stuff.
That is nice that OneDrive, Google Drive, and iCloud can all be set to pretty much do automatic backups of your hard drive, though. So.
Yes, but you don't want to have them all running at the same time because then all of your computing power is going to be going to backups, and you won't be able to do anything.
Right, you just want one running.
Here are some interesting announcements. The new electric Dodge Charger, the muscle car.
Oh yeah,
we guys know about this, right? So, it's starting production in 2024. This is an electric muscle car. I'll say that again, electric muscle car. Is that a what is that? What is that when you say two things like thunder or silence?
Oxymoron.
Yeah. Electric muscle. So the Dodge Charger is historically known as a muscle car for its look, speed, and roar of the Hemi engine. But since it's all electric, the cars have no gas engine. But Dodge is adding the sound of a gas engine.
That's what I hear, and it accomplishes a couple purposes. For one, you kind of want to hear that vroom, vroom. But two, it's safer for pedestrians, actually, because if cars stop making noise, which electric cars are pretty silent, you don't hear them coming, it increases your risk of getting killed.
Electric cars, I remember seeing a cartoon. It was a picture of an electric car tiptoeing around a corner.
Right.
And it was a guy looking at a newspaper while crossing the street. He couldn't hear it, didn't know that it was there because it was so quiet.
Yeah, I don't even think that's the first car to put in, fake engine noise. I think it's been done before with other electrics just for safety reasons.
Yeah, but this is muscle. It's
different. It's going to be louder is what you're saying.
Okay. There's also this new feature that we ran across. It's a new feature. Now, there are some apps on your phone that have the ability to have websites within the app. The possibility of JavaScript injections are there. So there's a new tool available to detect injections in browsers within an app. All you have to do is open up the app and navigate the browser, go to the browser, and do a scan from this website. It's called inappbrowser.com. Again, inappbrowser.com. Also, one last thing before we start to close. Las Vegas gets self-driving taxis. You heard of San Francisco, you heard of Singapore, you heard of Phoenix. Now Las Vegas joins the technology ranks that has self-driving cars now within its ranks. So perhaps even there are some experts that are even saying nowadays perhaps even for decades will pass before truly autonomous vehicles become commonplace. So hopefully we can do something with that. Before we wrap up, just want to thank our sponsor, Perfection Auto Works, again for stopping by sponsoring our show. Stop by their location on Speedway Craycroft for your free 26-point inspection. As always, don't click unverified links in emails or text messages. Use a password manager. Enable two-factor authentication. Verify all incoming and outgoing calls. Back up your system to the cloud. My name is Aaron Moss, your host and technology expert. David co-hosting today from the Unscrewed Theater, Matt at the control board. Stay safe, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of The Computer Doctor Show. If you missed any part of this live broadcast, we post all our episodes online at computerdoctorshow.com. Remember, the world is getting more and more tech, and so should you. To stay current with technology, listen to The Computer Doctor Show each week for local and global tech insights. If you have suggestions for a topic on a future show, send us an email at info@computerdoctorshow.com.